I wanted to share something about how prophetic word works. Like 4 years ago, when we were at church, we had two prophets that came, a husband and a wife, and they gave prophetic words to people. So I got a prophetic word, but it was a confirmation of what already God told me. So, and because of the hearts of people that were positioned wrong, my prophetic word didn't completely come through, but God already warned me that it wouldn't. But there was a lady, she got a prophetic word that she was gonna meet her husband in 3 months because she was waiting for him. And maybe like a month later, 2 months later, she met this guy. He was very handsome. Yeah, actually very handsome guy. So her heart was already open that that's the one. So I was telling her, don't do what you're not supposed to do. Well, she fell into sin. Anyway, they didn't work out. He wasn't the right person for her. I also noticed that when she introduced me to him at church, I had to take a step back because I could see this guy likes me too. So, but he was holding himself back because he was kind of with this girl. Anyway, when God brings you someone, that person is not gonna be all over the girls, you know? So, she was asking me, Regina, but the prophet of God told me I would meet my husband in 3 months. Why I didn't meet him? Did they lie to me, or is God a liar? And I remember I asked God what happened. So after that, it's been several years, I had to stand for my own prophetic words from the Lord. Something I learned. Just like you hear the prophetic word, the enemy hears your prophetic word. So, what happens is, once you got a prophetic word and timeline, the warfare increases. Warfare increases. And if we are too desperate, for example, the prophetic word is about kingdom spouse. What the enemy is gonna do is gonna send you someone who's not gonna look bad. He's gonna say the nice things, the right things. Because if you're a baby Christian, you can't, you have the chance to pick from between good and bad. You can end up choosing the bad one. The more you grow with God, the choice becomes not between good and bad. The choice becomes between good thing and the right thing. That's when you need the gift of the Holy Spirit, discernment. Discernment is automatic, like it comes from your spirit. It's a dream, vision, a word from God. It's not you thinking and choosing and picking. That's not discernment. That's you trying to figure out. Discernment actually comes from God. He will tell you, hey, this is what it is. So, what the enemy does, he sends a counterfeit. Someone looks so shiny and perfect. If he knows you're not gonna fall for a counterfeit because you're gonna go into prayer and seek his face, what he does is he blocks you in the spirit realm. He blocks you in the spirit realm. For example, if in the spirit realm God opened the door for you to meet your husband. I like feather or something white on my eye. So God opens the door for you to meet your husband. What the enemy does is, if you're not vigilant and staying in prayer, he'll shut it down. He can't shut down the whole door. The door will stay open, but imagine like you have a door and then there's like boxes placed. You can't close the door, but you block the door. That's what the devil does. And if you're not a prophet and prophetic person, you might not see it, because you're just gonna be still and wait. And when God says be still, it doesn't mean you do nothing. You have to stay in the gap and pray. Say, God, why it's being delayed? What's going on? What do I have to do? What I'm supposed to learn? Like, we have to grow and pray for that person. I learned that when you're standing for a kingdom spouse, they go through a lot of warfare too. It will take them longer to reach out. It will take them long to open up, like, because of all the warfare that they go through. So it's the same as any kind of prophetic word for anything else. The enemy is gonna fight you all kind of ways, and he's gonna watch you where you're becoming stronger. So if he knows you won't fall for another man, a counterfeit or a woman, he'll come at you with something else. If he can't take you down physically, he'll come at you spiritually. You're gonna be having a hard time to understand what God is saying. It's like you'll be blocked in your spirit. Your spirit will be blocked with some kind of covering, and you'll be like so confused, sad and depressed and things like that. So if God gave you a prophetic word, any kind of word for the new year, make sure you're seeking God's face. Be still in a way that you're not passive, but you're seeking God still and praying and covering your whatever your prophetic word is. Find money, school, husband. Pray for them, your children, your health, and know that God will come through. The enemy might delay you, but he can't remove what God has for you in the spirit realm. So happy coming new year. I hope new year will be great for you. Be blessed.